So Steve.
Hey, this is Steve.
You got a new toy.
I do.
What'd you get?
I got the Strymon Blue Sky Reverberator.
Reverberator?
I gotta tell you, man, the blue sky is amazing. I'm really digging it, and been checking out some of the other Strymon pedals too. That once I've afforded another one, I might get, maybe, who knows. But as for now, really digging the blue sky. One of the biggest features that really took me to this pedal was the shimmer plate reverb, which is actually the setting I have on right now. And just to let you know what I'm running on, I'm using a Morley Volume Plus pedal, and I've got my flashback delay, which is also an excellent pedal. You can pick those up at RNA Music. Whoop.
Alter Bridge.
We'll call them back. So anyway, the flashback delay, once again, you can pick one of those up from Ryan at RNA. He is a TC Electronics dealer.
Yeah, come get some.
And excellent pedal. I've loved it ever since I got it. Wouldn't trade it for the world. I've got it on tape delay right now. I've got my effects level fairly wet. It's about 2 to 3 o'clock. It's about 2 o'clock. And I've got my feedback pretty close to the same spot, so I've got a lot of trail on the delay. And I've got the delay mix also probably about 1 o'clock. So it's up there a little bit too. So I want to really get that that mix coming out of that. So here's the...
What guitar are you playing?
I am playing the Schecter Solo 6 Custom from RNA Music.
Oh yeah, you got that here.
Yep, my wife bought this for me for my birthday. It was an excellent gift. Thank you, honey. I love you.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing. And we're also using the
Mesa Dual Rectifier Solo head.
Early 90s.
Yep, with the 4x12 cab. Alright, so let's get right into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
We got the blue sky on. By the way, the blue sky also has a favorite button, so you can save a preset. So if you have a preset that you really like, that you want to use a lot, you can program that into the favorite, and you can kick that on and off at will, and then you can use just the regular channel coming through to quickly dial in a setting that you want to do. Some other features are the high damp and low damp. That will basically bring in and pull out high and low frequencies to really shape the tone. And you've got plate, room, and spring reverb. You've got a normal, modulated, and a shimmer reverb. And then you've got your decay, which is the trail coming off of the reverb, and then the mix, which is wet and dry. And a pre-delay, which is also cool. This will determine how the reverb, how quickly the reverb actually comes after the dry signal. And by the way, I've got the delay before the blue sky. I've got the flashback before the blue sky. So the blue sky is actually the last thing I've got in the pedal chain right now. Got my overdrive, then my flashback, then the blue sky.
Cool.
Okay, so we're going to do some volume swells, create some ambient tones here, and this is going to be once again using the shimmer plate reverb on the blue sky, and you'll really hear, like you just did a second ago, that shimmer tone come out.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so I've got the decay up pretty high. As you can tell, it's got a long trail off on the reverb. I'm going to kick off my other pedals so you kind of get a sense. Let's kick everything off first of all. I'm going to go back through that chord progression one more time so you can hear it with just a dry signal. And then I'll kick the Blue Sky back on, let you hear it with just the Blue Sky. And then we'll kick the flashback back on, and then we'll go back to the overdriven signal last. So we're going to start with the clean, dry signal. Nothing fantastic there. Okay, so let's kick on the Blue Sky from Strymon. And as you can see by itself, it sounds quite beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to add to that the flashback delay. Again, that's a tape delay setting that I've got on that, and kind of give you an idea of the speed that I'm working with and the feedback. Here's the trail on the tape delay. Now you really don't get that percussive sound because I'm doing volume swells with the pedal here. So you really kind of just get the effect of the trail off added to the reverb, almost using the flashback as a secondary reverb pedal in a way. So we're going to kick the Strymon back on. So we got Strymon Blue Sky and the flashback delay running. We go back through the chord with some volume swells. Okay, so with the flashback you can kind of hear a slight change in the tonality. It thickens it up just a little bit, gives it a little more body, if you will. And so that's that. Let's kick the
Texas Size It.
Texas Size It. Now we're going to kick a little bit of Afterburner. This is the Afterburner dual stage overdrive. It's got the on-off and a boost for a solo or lead part if you want to kick your signal up a hair. So okay, so here it is again with the Afterburner. I've got the overdrive kicked all the way down, so I'm kind of using this as just a almost like a compression pedal to boost the signal a little bit.
Yeah, like a clean boost kind of.
Yeah, and you're going to hear it's got a little more girth to it now.
Needs more EMGs.
Not necessarily for ambient music.
Probably not. Yeah.
So as you can tell, the more effects I stack on that kind of all work together here, the longer that trail kind of gets. It just starts to add a little bit more to that. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you're crazy if you want to run more than one delay pedal or reverb pedal. You can stack pedals in different orders and really kind of really get real precise on your tonality and the effect that you're really trying to come off, especially when you're doing ambient music or volume swells, trying to lay down a pad. So
well, what was the pricing on that Strymon?
$299, which is rather expensive for a reverb pedal, but it's the only pedal on the market that I really enjoyed the shimmer. There's a couple of other pedals that have a shimmer effect. None of them really come close to what this one does, and that was really what I was going for. I wanted to be able to do, of course, a nice full reverb sound, but I also like that shimmer effect very much so. And you know,
you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for, and I'm the type of guy that I'm like, if I want something, I'm going to wait and get what I really want, you know, rather than just settle. Okay, so one more time I'm going to play that chord progression again. I'm going to do one other thing. We're going to add some boost to it, and I'm going to show you one other effect on this pedal. Real quick, if you have it set just right, you'll notice that you're able to do these swells and come back in with another swell before the other one has completely gone away, which is nice, and you'll have it set to where they're not actually clashing with each other. If you have the mix too high or the decay too high or the feedback too high, you could get a clash in those chords, which will kind of muddy up the sound quite a bit. And I could actually probably back mine off just a hair, but it's pretty close to where I think you can do that safely without having a lot of clutter going on in between the chords or at the chord changes. So all right, so let's kick on a little more boost. Okay, so we got some grit in the mix.
A little growl on there.
And I actually noticed from the first chord, from the A that I was playing here to the C sharp minor, there was a clash going on. You could hear that. So, so you got to be careful about that. And I wasn't. So this is a very similar effect to what I was just working with, minus the shimmer. So you're not going to really hear that crystal-y.
It doesn't have that sparkle up top.
Sparkle is gone, but it still sounds really nice. And you know, that's probably a setting I would use a little more than the sparkle effect. I might kick on on occasion, but that right there would be something I would use more commonly. I do a guitar for a worship team, and that's probably a lot of what I would do when I'm using this pedal, primarily as a wash underneath the music. If it's a really slow song and there's really nothing for me to do on the guitar, I can really just add some thick, creamy texture to the song. So I'm kind of showing you now that the delay pedal is definitely in the mix, and I'm still getting some effect from the Strymon Blue Sky, and really what it's doing is giving a longer trail or a longer tail off of the note. If I kick my mix up here, you won't hear as much of the delay signal because there's going to be less of the dry signal coming into that, in theory.
In theory. Give it some more mix. That's nice.
You got your room. And I can kind of widen the room a little bit by playing with the pre-delay. I'm in a bigger room, basically.
Yeah.
Or I can kick that all the way down, and I'm in a tight little closet, maybe, or a bathroom. I'm in the tub.
You're in the stone shower.
And plate. Okay, so here is the plate reverb effect. I've got the pre-delay kicked all the way down. Almost similar to the room effect. Not quite as in your face though. Let's kick the pre-delay up to about halfway. There you have it. That is the Blue Sky Reverberator from Strymon. And I'm going to be talking to Ryan about maybe carrying those one day.
Maybe it'll happen. Currently, I can't get those. I can't get TC Electronics, and I can do the Jet City. We'll talk about the Strymon maybe in the future.
If you look at my pedal board, a lot of this is stuff that Ryan can get. So,
yeah.
If you haven't been to RNA Music, you need to come by, talk to the guy with the long beard. Somewhat.
It's getting there.
If you haven't played on a Chapman guitar, Ryan's got one here. It's a very lovely lady. And he's got some other videos about that. And maybe I'll be here. Probably not when you come by.
Because you work for a living.
Because I work for a living. But thank you for watching today, and go check out Strymon's website. Pretty cool stuff. Peace.
I've been Ryan.
Steve.
Keep the music alive.